It's nearly there. So we've got people in from Rogerstone. Welcome to the party. Trucker Tuckers ready to roll. YouTube, I think, is just connecting. Give me a shout if it works. This is getting later every week. This quiz is going to have to be on a Sunday from now on if we carry on doing it this late. I don't know why, why it's been this way. Okay. Bunch of screens. I don't know what anything's doing on here. All right. Okay. I think it's kind of working now. I think people can hear me. It's live on YouTube also. Wicked. Welcome to the party, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lopez quiz. Nearly an hour late. What time is it? I can't. Even the clock on this screen, because it's not my computer, is on a different part of the screen. Usually I'd look to there for the time. Now I'm looking down here. It is 20 to 9. We are playing Lopez quiz. It's been happening every Saturday for 25 weeks. This is week 25. I've been having
25 and we still haven't sussed up the tech. Yay!
Well, it's getting worse. It just, you know, we managed it up to like, first couple of weeks we were getting to terms with it, then we kind of hit a nice patch. Now this is end of the season, it's just plummeting. It's all gone wrong once again, off the edge of a cliff. So what's happened to me? Some people have been drinking too much wine. That's what it is. I'm trying to mess you around so that you're getting too drunk to answer the questions, because the questions are easier this week. They're not. It's just as difficult as every other week. I don't even know if the slides are going to work. We'll find out. How's my week been bad? I had horrific toothache at the start of the week. Something I've kind of had before, just in the back there. Turns out I tried to sort it out with my dentist in Swansea. Turns out I'm not with my dentist in Swansea anymore. I completely forgot that they went private ages ago. And I was paying for a long time. My mom was paying for a while, and then they changed practice. They moved on to somewhere else. So I was looking for a dentist up in Cardiff, couldn't find one. My face swelled up. I had a big swollen face. So half of me looked like Jabba the Hutt, half of me looked like regular Ignacio. So that was interesting. I was in a lot of pain. So we were trying to figure it out, and I was trying to sort it out at the same time with doctors and that kind of thing. And the problem is they're very cautious right now, because I don't know if you've heard about this little thing going on in the world called the pandemic. Corona has hit everyone, so they were very hesitant to see me. I did a consultation over the phone. It wasn't even FaceTime. They couldn't see my face. I was just describing everything, sounding a bit like John Hurt's performance in The Elephant Man, just kind of slurring my words, being very grateful for the things. So finally I managed to get a prescription for antibiotics. Didn't do the trick quick enough, so it looked like it was an infection, so I was in a bit of problem there. I had to get the pus. We had to have that removed. They're not having any, it's not a nice story, is it? They're not having any, currently lots of dentists not doing like dental work. They're not like removing teeth. They're not giving fillings, nothing, because of Corona. So
they're not even seeing you.
They're not even seeing me. I did it over the phone, and they charged me. They charged me for this. They said, yeah, you just got to come in. It was a 3-minute phone call, 3-minute chat on the phone. The chat with the receptionist at the start of the day was longer than that, because I had to spell out my name, and she didn't know the phonetic alphabet. So that was even more confusing. I rocked up, they spelled my name wrong 3 times.
How did they spell it though? Like, what would it have
So they switched over the G and the N a few times. They kept putting my full name, which is a very long name, because in Spain we get 2 surnames, so it was a lengthy name, so it was making things even more confusing. And I went down to the place. They said, oh, yeah, pop down and we'll sort you out with these antibiotics. And I went down there, and they charged me £15 for phone consultation. And so that's something we sorted out. And I thought that was for the prescription, but no, the prescriptions are still covered in Wales. You don't pay for the prescription. I was paying £15 to speak to a dentist for 3 minutes. It would have been cheaper to find a dentist on OnlyFans, I think. I think that would have been quicker. Like a Patreon account, and just get one in touch and just donate some money to them, like a coffee account, the same way I've been doing with this. So we're going to kick off. So I've been having a bad week, and obviously I'm not at home, so it's been difficult sorting everything out. I'm not in my usual dapper clothing. I say dapper, I just put a blazer on a t-shirt. That's what I usually wear, but I don't have one to hand. We got some bad news off the start as well. I apologize we started so late. Also, Nana is not making an appearance this week. I'm very sorry, because of, I've now been in to see medical professionals, so I've got to distance myself from Nana. There's no pictures around at the end, because this is not my computer, so there's many things missing of it I would usually use. I just about managed to do the slides, but they're in a different typeface, because this computer doesn't have the fonts that I usually use. I don't know if there's any graphic design fans who care about that kind of thing, or if you like kind of right now, it's I've been chatting for 4 minutes. You're like, Ignacio, can we crack on with the questions, please? All right. So I just wanted to make sure everything was working. I think people are connected. I'm very sorry about Nana. She will make an appearance next week, definitely. We're gonna have a big celebration for next week. I'm gonna be home. I can do everything in plenty of time in advance. Nana will make an appearance. We'll see some other ones. It's a special one. So I was calling last week's 6 months of doing this. Because I was counting 4 weeks per month in my head. I was like, oh, 24, that's 6 months. But Michelle and a few other people were quick to correct me, saying, no, Ignacio, there are 52 weeks in the year. So technically 6 months is 26 weeks. So next week, big celebration, 6 months of doing Lopez quiz. If we connect first time, but apologies for the delay. I'm still in lots of pain. We play some drinking games while we're playing Lopez quiz. So if this is your first time connecting and playing, there's some drinking games. If there's a technical problem, then you can take a drink. If I forget to mute something, that's a drinking game people play. So you can drink up there. If you joined us at 8 p.m. and straight away we had tech problems, we started late, then you've probably downed your entire sangria right now. Another drinking game, if I mention Michelle, who's been out shooting all day, so she only arrived back home, an hour ago, so it's been great to see Michelle. We caught up while I was trying to sort out the technical stuff and getting this up and running. And also, the other drinking game is every time I drink, you drink. Now, I'm currently on pretty strong painkillers for my aching face, which is no longer swollen, thankfully. I'm not going to post those photos, but I can't drink because I'm on medication, including antibiotics and painkillers. So I'm drinking milkshake tonight. So I'm going to be playing the Yazoo milkshake drinking game. But yes, glad you're all on board. Let's do this. Let's have a quiz. So there's going to be how many rounds are there? 4 rounds. 4 rounds, a bit of messing around. Anyone can play. All you need is a pen and paper. So you put that pen to paper, you write down your answers. If you're playing by yourself, that's cool. Also, if you don't know the answer to something, just take a guess, all right? The chances are, you're even wrong if you think you know the answer, because I like to play around with people. So let's kick it off with the quiz. Slide 1, is it going to work? It does, and I hate that typeface so much. It sounds so silly and picky, but right. Round 1, question 1. What are the capital cities of the following countries? A, Chile, B, Thailand, and C, Switzerland, all right, for 3 points. So you get a point for each correct capital city. Tell me the capital cities of Chile, Thailand, and Switzerland. Question 2. Which famous painting was sold at Christie's? I'm missing an apostrophe there, I'm guessing it's the stupid typeface. Which famous painting was sold at Christie's for £24 million in 1987? So it was the year after I was born, so it was not one of my handiwork, it was by a different artist. Which famous painting was sold at Christie's for £24 million in 1987 for 1 point? Welcome to the party, my friends. If you're just joining us, I do apologize for the late start. We're on question 2. First question was some capital cities. I'll recap the question shortly. Second question, which famous painting was sold at Christie's for 24 million in 1987 for 1 point? I do apologize if I seem drowsy, because I am. Question 3. One of my favorite style of questions. How far is the moon from the earth in spaghetti? How far is the moon from the earth in spaghetti? All right, now a standard spaghetti, or a spaghetto, if you're talking individually, a standard spaghetto, a strand of spaghetti is 30 centimeters, 30 centimeters. So use that in your calculations if you like. We're gonna go to the closest 100 million, all right, on this. So you don't have to be completely perfectly accurate. I'm gonna go to the nearest 100 million, all right? How far is the moon from the earth in spaghetti for 1 point? Question 4. For which crime were both Silvio Berlusconi, that's the former prime minister or president, is it, in Italy, and Al Capone convicted? Al Capone is the prohibition gangster who brought alcohol to America, mainly Chicago. For which crime were both Silvio Berlusconi and Al Capone convicted for 1 point? If you know one, then you know the other. Just take a guess on a crime. It wasn't littering, All right, they got caught. It wasn't for littering. I'm trying to keep track of the YouTube comments as well. How are people doing here? What are we doing? Yeah, Michelle has been shooting some, because she takes pictures, she's a photographer. Michelle's a photographer, she's been doing some engagement shoots. So Michelle, like me, has lost all of her work for the year. So she's been staying in touch with her couples, and she's been shooting engagement shoots with people. So socially distanced is great. It's not a great deal of people. It's just the couples in locations, sometimes on the wedding dates that they would have been getting married. So that she's been doing that to keep herself busy and stay in touch, keep active. Question 5. Which authors wrote the following books? A. Frankenstein, B. Dracula, and C. The Invisible Man. All right, so I'm looking for 3 answers there for 1 point for each, and then we've got the drawing question as the bonus. All right, so which authors wrote the following books? A. Frankenstein, B. Dracula, C. The Invisible Man. Okay, so you need to come up with tell me the authors for each of those for a point for each, for Frankenstein, Dracula, The Invisible Man. Bonus, draw the characters with your eyes closed. All right, so I'm looking for 3 drawings of the main characters from each of those books. I'm not talking about Victor Frankenstein, even though it's called Frankenstein. I'm talking about the monster. All right, it's more fun if you draw the monster. All right, we're calling the monster, for the purpose of this question, Frankenstein. Second character is Count Dracula. Please draw Count Dracula. And the third one is the Invisible Man. Draw the Invisible Man. Have fun with that one. If you hit it up, hashtag Lopez quiz on Twitter, you get a bonus 10 points. All right. So if you put your drawings on Twitter or Instagram, hashtag Lopez quiz, you get a bonus 10 points. I'm going to try and see if I can see those on the screen later on. That would be super cool. So 6 points in total for this question. I'm going to give you a time limit because you have to draw the characters with your eyes closed. I'm going to give you a time limit of 2 minutes to draw all 3. So that is going to start. Let's check on the time. Cool. So your time starts now. 2 minutes starting from now to draw those 3 characters. So if you like, if you're in a team and some of you are good at drawing, some of you are good at naming authors, you could pass the piece of paper over to the artist while they draw, while you think of the correct answers for the authors of those 3 books. Okay, you are 20 seconds in. All right, 20 seconds in. You should be currently working on Frankenstein, maybe drawing the bolts in his neck, which I don't think appeared in the book. I think that was a thing from the film, but I will let it go. I'll give you a break on that one. Are we looking? Welcome for joining. If you are, people thought I meant Michelle was shooting with a shotgun or something. No, not quite. Natalie, who's just joined us, no, you haven't missed much. We started late, apologies, because life hates me right now. Technology crashed and it's been a complete pain. Obviously, the lighting's really weird as well. I feel like I'm in a canteen or something. I can't see the windows. I'm hoping that YouTube is working. Chris Purchase has drawn Kevin Bacon's Invisible Man. That's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing that. That was Hollow Man, wasn't it? It's based on Invisible Man. I'll give you that one. I really enjoyed Hollow Man. I haven't seen the new Invisible Man, and that's not a joke. Have you seen the Invisible Man? No, it's invisible, Ignacio. No, I haven't seen the latest film called The Invisible Man. Okay, I'm glad YouTube is working. It says that there's an error, but it seems to be okay at the moment, so who knows. My internet all looks fine, so I don't know what YouTube's talking about. I think it just likes to mess with me. I think life is just messing with me a little bit right now. So yeah, back to it. That is, I believe that's the end of your time. Yes, it is. You're 10 seconds over. So if you should have put your pen down 10 seconds ago. You're going to be marking these yourself, by the way. So if this is your first time playing, I'm a very trustworthy person. I think that you should be able to mark your own answers. I'll give it to another member of the team when I give you the answers. Let's give you a recap of the questions we have had so far. So in round 1, question 1, what are the capital cities of the following countries? A, Chile, B, Thailand, C, Switzerland. 3 points. Question 2. Which famous painting was sold at Christie's for 24 million in 1987? Which famous painting was sold at Christie's for 24 million in 1987? For 1 point. Question 3. How far is the moon from the Earth in spaghetti? For 1 point. I'm going to give you that to the closest 100 million, all right? So you don't feel you have to be too accurate. Question 4. For which crime were both Silvio Berlusconi and Al Capone convicted? For which crime were both Silvio Berlusconi and Al Capone convicted? 1 point. Question 5. Which authors wrote the following books? Frankenstein, Dracula, and The Invisible Man. Bonus, draw the characters with your eyes closed. There's 6 points in total for the last question, okay? 1 for each author name and 1 for each drawing. So 12 points in total. Let's kick off. Let's give you the answers, I think. Let's do this. Okay, the answer to question 1 is Santiago, Bangkok, and Bern. All right, those are the 3 capital cities of Chile, Thailand, and Switzerland. I always thought Switzerland was Zurich, but it's not. It's Bern. So you learn something new every day. Santiago, Bangkok, and Bern for capital cities. I am looking forward to seeing those drawings. Hit me up on Twitter with them, 10 bonus points, even if they look rubbish. Question 2. Christie's sold Van Gogh's Sunflowers. All right, the painting, Van Gogh's Sunflowers. I will accept sunflowers. You don't have to put who the artist was. So 1 point for sunflowers. If you put Van Gogh painting, I will not accept that because his self-portrait is considerably more expensive. So that was the one that sold for 24 million pounds in Christie's. Sunflowers. 1 point. Question 3. This is the spaghetti question, right? If you've been playing this quiz for a while, you know I like to ask a question about toilet roll and spaghetti, the 2 things that the world went absolutely crazy for at the start of the pandemic, stockpiling it as much as they could while I was calculating stupid quiz questions. So the answer to question 3, how many spaghetti is it to the moon from Earth? 1.28 billion, all right? 1.28 billion, which means I will accept anywhere from 1.18 to 1.38. Is that how it works? Yeah, I think so. Anywhere from 1.18 to 1.38 billion I will accept in the amount of spaghetti to reach the moon. What I really like is some people's questions before when they were guessing, when they were guesstimating for other stuff, such as the height of, I think it was, I don't know if it was the Eiffel Tower or something, we don't, it was Everest. Some people guessed way over, so I'm very interested to see. Some of those answers from back then would have been closer to this answer, so I'm interested to see. Mike said, question 5, were they all ghostwriters for the authors? No, they were not. We're going to find out the answer very shortly. But that is a nice pun because they were mainly of the horror genre or science fiction. It depends which way you look at it. Question, where are we going with this? It's going down. That's right, 1.28 billion for 1 point. Anywhere, you got 100 million either way. Question 4, Berlusconi and Al Capone went down for tax fraud. They went down for tax fraud. Exciting stuff. It's not. It's one of the most Apologies once again for the sound. I hope you haven't all. Yeah, it's gonna. I unplugged it. Michelle came in and told me it's not working again. I just unplugged the webcam, plugged it back up in again, and it's working. So yeah, you should be all pretty drunk, or lots of bubbles inside you if you're drinking a fizzy drink or whatever. I don't know why that's not working. That's super frustrating. Hopefully it works better when I get it and plug it into my computer, but I don't know why that's not doing the trick. If it happens again, I do apologize. Don't worry, Michelle is on alert. She will let me know, and I'll just do the same again. I'll unplug it and plug it back in, but I can't see why it doesn't work. Anyway, the answers were Mary Shelley, Bram Stoker, and H.G. Wells. For the drawing one, you're marking it yourself, so be honest with yourself. If you said to somebody, what characters from books are this, hopefully they would give you the correct answer. So in your head, imagine if you ask the stranger, hey, what have I drawn here? They should give you 3 answers. They should be Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Invisible Man. I'm going to have a crack now with my eyes closed. As you can see, blank piece of paper there. The first one was Frankenstein, so let's give Frankenstein a go. If I go, oh dear, this is immediately gone terribly wrong, I can tell. This is all over the place. I don't think this is going to be very accurate. I think this is going to be a real mess. It's messy, but I think you can kind of get the gist of it. So that's my Frankenstein. He's crying as well, which is a nice touch, I think. That's kind of what I was going for. Then you can kind of see the bolts in his neck. And the terrible hairdo he's got going on there, but the crying is important because I think he's quite a tragic character. The second one is Dracula. Let me give a go. Let me try drawing Dracula. You'll see. I've gone for very kind of classic Hammer horror style characterizations of these. So I think that's a great Dracula, actually. The teeth do it, I think. That's definitely the way to go. And the final one was the Invisible Man. So just turned on to a new page here, and yeah, I think we're done. That is what I'm drawing for the Invisible Man, ladies and gentlemen. That is a spot-on representation, I think, exactly as described in H.G. Wells's famous book. So 6 points were up for grab. I'm giving myself 6 points. I don't know how you've all done. Also, you get 10 points bonus if you stick them up. Hashtag Lopez quiz. You've got until the end of the quiz to do that, so I can check out your wonderful drawings with your eyes closed. Here's a recap of all of the answers. Hopefully the sound stays the same. We've got Santiago, Bangkok, BERN, Van Gogh, Sunflowers, the painting that was sold for 24 million pounds. 1.28 billion is how many spaghetti it would take to reach the moon. Tax fraud, that is what Berlusconi and what Al Capone were arrested and convicted for. Not together, it was a big era apart and different countries, although they both have Italian names. And then we've got Mary Shelley, Bram Stoker, and H.G. Wells with an additional 3 points for the drawing. So 12 points in total. How are people doing? I'm glad some people went for the trick of just doing an Invisible Man. Alison got herself 1 point for the Invisible Man there as well. Good work. 21, good work, my friend. That is very high score. Picked up the bonus points, I imagine. I will be checking out Twitter shortly. We're going to crack straight on to the next round because we've started very late, ladies and gentlemen. So you keep calculating, and I'm going to start asking the next questions. Here we go. Round 2, which is the music round. Which album title do Prince, Metallica, Jay-Z, and Spinal Tap have in common? Which album do Prince, Metallica, Jay-Z, and Spinal Tap have in common? So if you know any one of those groups, you could think, what album title do they have? I mean, Spinal Tap is pretty niche if you know any of the other titles of their albums. But the first question of the music round is, which album title do Prince, Metallica, Jay-Z, and Spinal Tap have in common? Question 2. This is the music round, remember? Where is karaoke from? Which country is karaoke from? Bonus. What does it mean? All right. What does karaoke mean in the language in the country in which it was created? Where is karaoke from? Bonus. What does it mean? So 2 points up for grabbing this one. I've got to be honest. I knew where it was from. I had no idea what it meant. All right. I looked it up. I found out. Fascinating answer. So karaoke, what country is it from? And what does karaoke mean? For 2 points. Martin Tucker giving us some good examples there of other Spinal Tap albums. be careful not to post the actual answers in the comments on YouTube or on Facebook, because that messes it up for everyone. Blink 3, the audio cut out, and Chris Purchase on YouTube was thinking that maybe I was in danger. I should blink if I'm in trouble. If the audio cuts out, the only thing that's in danger is the window and this computer of getting thrown through it. So just wanted to point that out. Question 3. Born in 1970, which American female singer has a record 18 number one hit singles in the US charts? Born in 1970, that narrows it down. I hope, if you think about different other, but also if you don't know the answer, just take a guess. What female artist do you think could have 18 number one hit singles in the US charts? Question 4. What is the current UK number one song in the charts? By Cardi B, featuring Megan Thee Stallion. I think her middle name is Thee. Is it? Megan Thee Stallion. Bonus, what does it stand for? What does the title of their song stand for? Wrong answers only, because this is a family-friendly quiz, so do not put the correct answer in the comments or on your paper, all right? Let's keep it nice and smooth. So what does it stand for? Wrong answers only. 1 point for the correct answer, for the title of the song, and the second one, what does it stand for? Question 5. How many times does Jon Bon Jovi sing "Whoa" during Living on a Prayer? All right, how many times is he saying "Whoa" in Living on a Prayer? Just give me a number. If you don't know, guess. But it's more fun if you sing the whole song in your living room or your garden or wherever you're playing this. If it's raining where you are, just have a go. Read through don't read the lyrics of the song, sing it. All right, I want to hear it. I want your neighbors to be like, when did they turn into such a Jon Bon Jovi fan? How many times did Jon Bon Jovi sing "Whoa" during Living on a Prayer? And let's give a recap of all of the questions in the music round. No music intro this week, unfortunately, because like I tell you, I've been having problems with dentists. The weird thing is I've got a few friends and comedians who are dentists. I should maybe get in touch with them, see if they do through the window socially distanced dentistry. Is that the thing? It still hurts a lot, even though I'm on painkillers, but I can't really feel my hands. Question 1. Which album title do Prince, Metallica, Jay-Z and Spinal Tap have in common, for 1 point? Question 2. Where is karaoke from? Bonus, what does it mean? For 2 points. Question 3. Born in 1970, which American female singer had a record 18 number one hit singles in the US charts? Question 4. What is the current UK number one song in the charts by Cardi B featuring Megan Thee Stallion? Bonus, what does it stand for? Wrong answers only, because the actual answer is rude. Question 5. How many times does Jon Bon Jovi sing "Whoa" during Living on a Prayer? For 1 point. So there's 7 points up for grabs in this one. I'm impressed with the scores from the last round, by the way. I'm just catching up with some of them. Very strong scores for the opening round, actually. Chris got 18 over on YouTube. Somebody got 21. Great stuff. 11 out of 12, 21 out of 22, including the bonus points for the beer necessities. 9 points for the Omskirk ladies. Becky, we got to get you on Twitter. You got to start tweeting. If you tweet, you get a bonus 10 points. Sign up during this quiz, but don't miss the questions. All right, let's give you the answers to the music round. Question 1, which album do Prince, Metallica and Spinal Tap all have in common? It is, of course, the Black Album. All right, I will accept Black Album because that's the actual title, I believe, but the Black Album. Famously, like the Spinal Tap one, they just called it a Black Album because it was an entirely black sleeve. So for 1 point, the Black Album. Question 2. The answer is, where's karaoke from? Japan. Karaoke is from Japan. And it means empty orchestra. That's what karaoke means. That's beautiful. What a nice way of putting it. That sounds much better than what did you do for your hen do? Me and 12 ladies crammed ourselves into a booth to do empty orchestra. That sounds much better. I think we should call it that from now on. Empty orchestra. Hey Ignacio, when you got drunk, what did you do? I sang Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi, singing the WOAH part a certain number of times at an empty orchestra. So that is question 2, 2 points. Question 3, who is the US artist, female, who's had 18 number 1 hit singles in the US, born in 1970? It is Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey. Martin guessed singing under the influence for karaoke, what it means. Mike said, when you get older, you just have to drop your teeth over the dentist. Perfect social distancing. I tell you what, I don't know if it was because I was in physical pain when I saw the receptionist, but the fact that I spelled it out to her on the phone, and then the doctor spelled it out to me wrong on the phone, I respelled it out to him, and then I arrived, and they gave me the prescription, and my name was spelled wrong on the box, and I was like, this is not correct. Does that matter? And then when I got to get the prescription, still working? Yeah. What is the song by Cardi B? It is WAP, W-A-P, WAP. And what does it stand for? What does it stand for? The answer is, well, anything other than the actual answer. So I've gone for wireless access point. Okay, so some people, if you're too young to remember, back in the Stone Age, the only way we used to be able to get internet on our phones was by wireless access point, a thing called WAP on our phones. That's what I've gone with. But you can put anything as long as it's not the correct answer, all right? But the answer is WAP, that's the name of the song, and it stands for anything you like. As long as it starts with W-A-P, the 3 words, then it can be anything you like. And question 5, so that should have been 2 points, sorry, for question 4. Is 1 for the just WAP, and then a second point for anything you like, starting with W-A and P. Somebody said I've already given the answer away by saying wrong answer, please. I think I said wrong answers only, but you know, I concede. Una Keating has said, Mariah Carey's 18 number 1s are All I Want for Christmas and 17 different live versions of All I Want for Christmas. Not a bad shout. Chris has said the same wrong answers, please, over on maybe I did say it. Maybe that wasn't even intentional. I can't help but pun. And how many times does John Bon Jovi say, whoa, 15 times. 50. I would have thought it was more. I don't know, I tend to sing it more when I'm at the, what is the karaoke again? At the empty orchestra, I sing it more than 15 times anyway. Oh my word, Annette once managed to rack up a £330 monthly bill because of WAP. This is how expensive the internet used to be. Now it's just free. All you need to know is your neighbor's first pet and their mother's maiden name, and you can get your internet for free. Here's a roundup of the answers, ladies and gentlemen. The Black Album for 1 point. Japan Empty Orchestra, 2 points. Mariah Carey, 1 point. WAP, Wireless Access Point, 2 points. And 15 times is how many times John Bon Jovi said whoa in the song Living on a Prayer. Phil has asked, is that just the whoa or is it also the whoa? It is both combined for 15. Yeah, exactly. I would have thought it was more, right? You would have thought it was like double. It feels like double. It's not even that long a song. I think the song is longer in my head because I always have it on repeat. How did people do? So 7 points in total. Let's see how people have done. Alison says 23. I think that's total score currently. That's great. Somebody managed to rack up a bill of £1,000 in Australia by accident. That is impressive. Louise, I do apologize. That is an insane amount of money to rack up on internet. 4 for the music round for Nicola. 3 for the music round for Becky. 1 out of 7. Music round cancelled next week, Steph says. 2 out of 7, terrible. 6 out of 7 for the Turk Town 2+2 away. That's a great score. Well done, Lino. Then we've got 3 for Phil, 4 for the Quarantinis. Annette said she racked up the bill on purpose, chatting and playing a quiz on the WAP. Wow. And now look, now the quiz is free on the internet like this. 6 out of 7, 3 out of 7, some great scores. 5 for Quizzy Rascal, 1 point for Trish. Una got 6, you missed out the chorus on Living on a Prayer in Your Head. Ah, that's a shame. Always repeat the chorus one more time. Googling a spider bite is expensive down under. Did you find out what spider it was? Did the spider, how did you know it was, you know, what kind of spider it is? Did they tell you? Did you find out? How did it pan out? You survived, so I'm guessing it was a non-lethal spider, just one of the big ones they have down in Australia, the type that would share a bunk bed with you. They're huge, some of them. Four points for There Is No Team, Only Zool. 3 points. Haley Jones is celebrating her birthday. Oh, well, happy birthday to Haley. Let her know. Pass it on from me. Cumpleaños feliz. Dentists and they're overcharging. Puns are in there. All right, let's move on to the next question, ladies and gentlemen. This is the sports round. So some people's favorite, most people's least favorite round, but let's give it a shot. So question 1, which discipline is the oldest existing world record in men's athletics? Okay, so in which sport in the Olympics it's not necessarily the Olympics, athletic competitions, is the world record in men's athletics? Is it shot put, is it triple jump, or is it hammer throw? All right. So you tell me which one has had the world record held for the longest time for 1 point. So I've given you multiple choice. Easy, just pick one. Or make up your own sport, but it won't be the right answer. So 1 point. Question 2. This is topical, this question. How much is the release clause in Messi's contract at Barcelona? How much is the release clause in Messi's contract at Barcelona? Now, according to Messi's dad, and I think he's the authority on the matter, it no longer carries past this season, but I want to know the figure. How much money were clubs to have paid if they wanted to sign Messi before the end of the season that is just finished, just completed? How much is the release clause in Messi's contract at Barcelona? We'll accept the score in pounds, euros, and dollars. Just stick them in my coffee account and I'll let you have Messi. Question 3. Which major sports event was delayed for a total of 34 minutes thanks to a lighting blackout in 2013? It wasn't Lopez quiz. We were delayed for a similar amount of time tonight, but it was not for a lighting blackout, and this is not a sport. Quiz is not a sport. Which major sporting event was delayed for a total of 34 minutes thanks to a lighting blackout? Which major sports event was delayed for a total of 34 minutes thanks to a lighting blackout? 1 point. Yep, you can grab an extra 10 points if you post up the pictures or even of your setup, all right? Give me a picture over on Twitter or Instagram, hashtag Lopez quiz, so I can find it, and you can pick up a bonus 10 points for the quiz. You could be doing much better if you haven't reached that point already. It was a huntsman, that's the name of the spider. Got a picture and we'll tweet it later. So if people right at the very end of the quiz, if I can get the picture up on the screen for you folks, I will do that, unless you're terrified of spiders, in which case I will give an advance warning, like they used to giving the football scores back in the past. Asked the tour guide if you're going to be okay, and as only an Aussie could, said, "Well, are you dead? Are you dead, mate?" I was lost 7 hours, but at least the trip went through Uluru to Kings Canyon went quick. I can imagine you probably sprinted the entire way, that you were just looking for a cure. You could tell the British people on Twitter saying to put 50p in the meter. Okay, question 4. Name the 3 female tennis players who have won the Grand Slam. The Grand Slam is the 4 major tournaments in one calendar year. So only 3 women have completed that feat. For 3 points, name them. You get 1 for each tennis player. So name the 3 female tennis players who have won the Grand Slam. That's all 4 Grand Slam events in one calendar year. Question 5, the final sports question. Where are you if you're at Billy Williams' Cabbage Patch? Where are you if you're at Billy Williams' Cabbage Patch? This sounds like the type of question about people in lockdown losing it at other people at an allotment, all right? Where are you if you're at Billy Williams' Cabbage Patch? It's not an allotment. It is a sporting question because we're in the sports round 3. For 1 point, where are you if you're at Billy Williams' Cabbage Patch? And the answer is also not next to Billy Williams' Carrot Patch. Phil said hopefully the lighting blackout wasn't during darts. No, otherwise there would have been some severe injury there, but something that could have maybe fixed this toothache. Or the World Potholing Championships. You guys cheer me up. Okay, let's give you a recap of all of the questions. Which discipline is the oldest existing world record in men's athletics? Is it shot put, triple jump, or hammer throw? For 1 point. Which discipline? So just pick any one of those 3 for 1 point. Just take a guess. You got a 1 in 3 chance. 33.3% chance of getting it correct. Question 2. How much is the release clause in Messi's contract at Barcelona? How much is the release clause in Messi's contract at Barcelona? That is prior to the end of this season because Messi's dad argues that it is now open. Chris is asking if it's bog snorkeling again, the question about the blackout. Or is it Billy Williams' Cabbage Patch? Could be asking about that. Question 3, which major sporting event was delayed for a total of 34 minutes thanks to a lighting blackout in 2013? For 1 point. Question 4, name the 3 female tennis players who have won the Grand Slam. All right, 3 female tennis players who have won the Grand Slam. I guessed 1 of them, so good luck. And I do quite like tennis. Question 5, where are you if you're at Billy Williams' Cabbage Patch? That sounds like a children's television show. Tune in to CITV for Billy Williams' Cabbage Patch. All right, let's give you the answers. Let's put you out of your sporting misery. Somebody's saying Billy Williams' house. Could be, that might be the answer, but it doesn't sound like a sporting answer to me. Question 1, the hammer throw. The hammer throw, the longest that the world record has been held, and it's been held since 1986. 1986, which is the year I was born, somebody broke the world record for the hammer throw. It wasn't me, by the way. I was 0 years of age. Question 2. How much is Messi's release clause, which is also Virgin Media's release clause if you're with them for your internet? It is 700 million euros. That is how much they tell you you have to pay to get out of your Virgin Media contract, or 630 million or $825 million. All right, so I will accept any of those answers. But to be honest with you, I'll accept anything close. But the answer I was looking for was 700 million. If you put a billion, you're wrong. The player that has £1 billion release clause in their contract, the highest release clause in football is Karim Benzema, or Benzema, however you want to pronounce it. I'm just used to shouting at the screen for him missing goals until this season, where he seems to be scoring loads of them, which is weird for me because I've been asking Real Madrid to sell him since 2009. Question 3, the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, that is the event that they had lights out, blackout. It was delayed for 34 minutes. And
camera, isn't it?
It's very annoying, yeah. So I've unplugged the camera, plugged it in again. Hopefully there should be, has audio returned. The waveform is showing up as audio, so it is working. Thank you. How frustrating. The Super Bowl was the answer. That is the audio. I'm sorry that the sound and the technical stuff is still so... I feel like the technical aspect of stuff is failing me like my body and my comedy career. It's all coming down, crumbling at once, like a house of cards. But the answer, that's not a sporting event, by the way, card house building. Is it, do they do competitive card house building? I doubt it. The answer is the Super Bowl, all right? The Super Bowl with the lights out. Question 4. The 3 female tennis players who have completed the Grand Slam in their careers are Steffi Graf, Margaret Smith Court, that's a good tennis name, isn't it? And Maureen Connolly. Margaret Smith Court. Imagine that being your name and playing tennis. That'd be like playing football and being called like Steve Pitch. That'd be great. Steffi Graf, Margaret Smith Court, and Maureen Connolly. 3 points, 1 for each of those. I thought that Serena Williams would have been in there, but apparently hasn't done it in 1 calendar year. It's not over yet. She could still do it. I mean, she's the greatest tennis player of all time. So, question 5. Twickenham. You would be in Twickenham if you were at Billy Williams' Cabbage Patch. I don't know where to start with that. I don't know anything about rugby, or do they play cricket in Twickenham as well? I've got no idea. I've been past Twickenham in a traffic jam on my way to a comedy gig, which was a nightmare because there was a big event on at the time. I believe it was rugby. But yeah, the answer is Twickenham. Apparently Billy Williams' Cabbage Patch. Can anyone tell me why? Any ideas? Somebody says I kicked the plug out again. No, I know you're joking, Trish, but it's just life kicking me in the face right now. that's what's happening and going on. Steve Pitch. Good. Oh, there's a pub called the Cabbage Patch at Twickenham. Is there? Maybe that's the answer. I'm being told yes, but I'm Welsh. True, but I didn't move to Wales until I was nearly a teenager, first of all. I'm over a few times. I don't think I saw a rugby game until I was 15. We don't care about it in Spain, believe it or not, because it's not played. Actually, Spain almost qualified for the World Cup, for the last World Cup, but they didn't because they lost it with the referee, which is not good sportsmanship at all, all right? They just lost it on the pitch. And I think a fight broke out and they were disqualified from the World Cup, from even qualifying rounds. So, yeah. So, yep, that is the answer for 1 point. It is Twickenham. And here is a roundup of all of the answers for you. Hammer throw. That world record has been held since 1986. 700 million. That is how many euros it would cost you to get Messi. It costs you way less than that on Wine Street in Swansea to get Messi or any pub crawl in the UK. But 700 million euros. That is the number I was looking for. The Super Bowl is the answer to question 3, the major sporting event that the lights went out on for 1 point. Question 4, Steffi Graf, Margaret Smith Court, and Maureen Connolly, 3 points. And question 5, Twickenham, which I only remember for messing me around when I was trying to get there via traffic. Chris has just been assuming the answer is 9 Inch Nails every time I go quiet. 0 points so far on that one. So there have been no 9 Inch Nails questions so far. Right, we're coming up to the last round. This is the film and television round. This is usually my favorite, so Nana can't appear tonight. So I'm going to give her some tips of films to watch based on the answers from this. So I will let her know. This is the last round, ladies and gentlemen, film and television. So pens at the ready. How much did people do anyway, by the way, on that round? What kind of scores did people get out of 7 for the sports round? 2 for Alan Robertson. Good effort. Jamie saying that, yep, it is less for the release clause in Wine Street to get Messi, but you have to endure Pop World. They keep renaming that. That was retro at one point, wasn't it? Am I confusing it with something else? Maybe they just it's in my head stuck that way. And then Flares obviously was down on Kingsway. Weird times. 3 points, 2 points, 3 out of 7 for Jamie, 3 for Helen, 3 for Alison, 3. We're getting a nice average score here, 3 and 4. 4 out of 7 for Beer Necessities. 3 for Tucker, for Trucker Tuckers. Still no Ryan Giggs. There hasn't been a Ryan Giggs. I'm gonna do a 1 week. Let me know when your birthday is. I'll do a Ryan Giggs round just for you. 3 points. 4, you got Steffi Gruff right. Yeah, I guess that's the one I guessed as well when I was looking it up. 2, 3, still in show. Well done, Melanie. It's surprising for me. Like, I'm not great at sports that aren't football and tennis, I guess. And even the tennis one, I only got 1 point off. All right, let's take a look. Here we go for the film and television round. Here come the questions. Question 1. What was the original lineup of Have I Got News For You? What was the original lineup of Have I Got News For You in 1990? It launched in 1990. It's still going. What was the original lineup? So it has changed. I know it wasn't, so I'm looking for 3 names. 1 host, the original host, and the 2 original team captains. So you get 1 point. You have to get all 3 correct to get the 1 point, because I think most of the questions easy. Question, if you know of Have I Got News For You. If you don't know about it, then this question is ridiculous. Just guess 3 people you can imagine on British television. Nigel Farage is probably one of them. He's on British television all the time. Question 2. The Academy Award winning song When You Wish Upon a Star was written for which classic 1940 animation? Right, I can't believe it came out in 1940. The Academy Award winning song When You Wish Upon a Star was written for which classic 1940 animation? So if you don't know the answer, just guess. Think of an animation that came out flipping ages ago. It's not Toy Story, all right? Some of you, admittedly, might have been born a little bit more recently, but it's not Toy Story. That came out in my lifetime. You cheeky people. In which film does Billy Bob Thornton play the president? In which film does Billy Bob Thornton play the president? Bonus, in the same film, who plays the prime minister? All right, so think hard. Where have you seen both of them on screen together as president and prime minister? Who plays the prime minister in the film that Billy Bob Thornton is the president? For 2 points. That's the UK prime minister, by the way. Unless there's a version of that film I don't know about. Alan said, no need to be condescending. What was I condescending about? I don't even remember. I'm going through such a range of emotions right now. I'll have to take your word for it. I can't remember what it was. You let me know what I was condescending about, and I mean, I'm not going to apologize, but you know, I appreciate you flagging it up. Question 4. What is the android's name in the film Aliens? What is the android's name in the film Aliens? No question mark at the end of that. This is a typographic and punctuation nightmare. What is the android's name in the film Aliens? For 1 point. Stephen asked me, will I be doing lots of right-wing comedy now, get a lucrative BBC contract? So I found out today, thankfully, that it doesn't matter. As long as I'm funny, I can carry on doing Lopez quiz. Who needs to be... well, who knows? I think what the Director General was saying is that they're looking for more diversity of comedy in the BBC, which is exciting, so that not everyone will have come from Oxbridge graduates. Not that I have anything against comedians from Oxbridge, Oxford and Cambridge universities, but it would be nice to get some comedians on that have not attended a massive university like one of those. That went to, I don't know, maybe the International Film School of Wales, which no longer exists, that I went to. What is the android's name in the film Aliens? And in lieu of Nana, I do apologize, Nana's not here, but seeing as last week it was his birthday, Macaulay Culkin, in honor of that, the question 5 is, name as many Macaulay Culkin films between 1989 and 1994 as you can. You get 1 point for each correct answer. I've got the entire list. Name as many Macaulay Culkin films between 1989 and 1994 as you can. There were more than I thought. It's not 100, but there was a few more than I imagined. I think I named 6. I managed to name 6, including sequels. Name as many Macaulay Culkin films between 1989 and 1994. Go for it. Fill your boots, name as many Macaulay Culkin films as you can. So I'm going to give you some time to answer that while I give you a rundown of the questions. What was the original lineup of Have I Got News For You in 1990? For 1 point. The Academy Award winning song When You Wish Upon a Star was written for which classic 1940 animation? 1 point. Question 3. In which film does Billy Bob Thornton appear as the president? Bonus. Who plays the Prime Minister? Question 4. What is the android's name in the film Aliens? For 1 point. Question 5. Name as many Macaulay Culkin films between 1989 and 1994 as you can. I'm just trying my best to get some tech working for the end of this round. Hopefully you can still hear me, because that has been a big pain in my side. This whole thing is the audio, but it seems to be going okay. Okay, let's crack on with the answers. Let's find out what everyone's itching to know about the film and television round. Question 1. Angus Deaton as chairman, Ian Hislop and Paul Merton as captains. That was the original lineup of Have I Got News For You. It's pretty much stayed the same, except for Angus Deaton left in 2002, and they've had rotating guest hosts since then. So all I'm looking for is the 3 names Angus Deaton, Ian Hislop and Paul Merton, and you get yourself 1 point. Question 2. Pinocchio, or Pinocho as is known in Spain. Pinocchio is the animation When You Wish Upon a Star was written for. Won the Academy Award, I think, for Best Song. Susan's guessed Home Alone 1 to 100. No, believe it or not, we'll get to that in a moment actually. I'll bring it up in a second. Question 3. Billy Bob Thornton was the president in Love Actually, and the person who played the Prime Minister was Hugh Grant. Would anyone prefer those as the actual president and Prime Minister of the countries right now? Let me know. I should have done a poll on Twitter. Question 4. The name of the android in Aliens is Bishop. Bishop, I think, is played by Lance Henriksen. Terrific actor, great in science fiction films, horror, very good actor. I've nearly finished my milkshake, so if you're playing the drinking game where you drink or I drink, make sure you've got a little bit left for the bit at the bottom. And finally, the names of the films that Macaulay Culkin has appeared in. There's 12 of them, 12 films. and all before the age of 14, I believe. See You in the Morning, Uncle Buck, Jacob's Ladder, Home Alone, Only the Lonely, My Girl, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, The Good Son, The Nutcracker, Getting Even with Dad, The Pagemaster, and Richie Rich. Okay, those are the films. There's 12 of them, so however many of them you got, you get a point for each one. How many films did people get? See You in the Morning, Uncle Buck, right, the ones I've seen. I've seen Uncle Buck, classic, seen Jacob's Ladder, depressing, Home Alone, terrific film. They're rebooting it apparently, because of course they are. They're rebooting every film from our childhood, even though they have technically rebooted it once already, or twice if you count each, never mind. Only the Lonely, I can't remember that one. I know the song, obviously. My Girl, also depressing, but it's a good film. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, The Good Son, The Nutcracker, Getting Even with Dad, I love that film. Ted Danson in it also. The Pagemaster, I love that film too, it's a classic. And Richie Rich, not so much a classic. I know, well, he tweeted, so Macaulay Culkin tweeted, hey, want to feel old? I just turned 40. That's what has made everybody feel very old. So 12 points up for grabs in that one. Let's take a look at the entire round. So here are the answers for the whole film and TV round. There were 17 points in total. So how did people do? Angus Deaton, Ian Hislop, and Paul Merton. She should have named all three of those for 1 point. Pinocchio for 1 point. When You Wish Upon a Star. Question 3. Love Actually was the film that had Billy Bob Thornton as president and Hugh Grant as prime minister. 2 points. Bishop was the name of the android in the film Aliens. And See You in the Morning, Uncle Buck, Jacob's Ladder, Home Alone, Only the Lonely, My Girl, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, The Good Son, The Nutcracker, Getting Even with Dad, The Pagemaster, Richie Rich. 12 points available there. How did people do? That's what I want to know. And I'm trying to get something up on the screen for a bit of fun. Has it worked? We will find out. Yeah, kind of. So how are we looking? And if you want to give me a total scores as well, you're welcome to do that. So Susan got 3 points. Bethan got 9 out of 17. This is for the film round, not in total. 8 for Ormskirk Ladies. 4 for Bugs. Only 17 in total. That's a shame, Steph. I'm sure you'll do better next time. 12 points for Una. 11 out of 17 for Martin. 8 out of 17 for Helen. Alison can't say. You must have guessed Uncle Buck. Everyone loves Uncle Buck. 7, you couldn't think of Bishop. He's frustrated. He's got a cameo in the third one as well. They plug him in for a moment. 35, right, these are the total scores coming through. The Quarantinis have got 35. Nicola saying, you've never seen Love Actually, is that worth an extra point? Yeah, why not? If you haven't seen Love Actually, you get a bonus point. Terrible, that's all that Linda is going to say about this score tonight. That's okay, Linda, don't worry about it. You'll pick up points next week, I'm sure. 30 points for Ali Hancock, 20 in total for Lisa, 42 for Una. Is that the highest so far, 42? That's a heck of a score. It's Twitter that does it. That's what gives you the bonus points. If you tweet over at hashtag Lopez Quiz at Comedy Lopez on Twitter, you get yourself some bonus points. Let's check out, there's another high score there as well. 30 points total, 37, 42, 40 out of 53 in total for Beer Necessities. Some people are much better at maths than I am. 24, Fiona, well done. 24, 35. Okay, before you disappear, folks, I would love to show you some of the Twitter stuff that people have been posting. So this is the first one we've got. This is great. I actually really like this one. That's really cool. You can see it's similar kind of like dynamic to me. You've gone for the bolts in the neck. It's a classic, right? That's sort of, the movies with Bela Lugosi for Dracula as well, with the fangs and the, the cape. And the Invisible Man, obviously easy to do. You just do it invisible, don't draw anything, and you pick yourself up a point for that. What have we got next? This is, so I'm very excited about this. I've got a fan who is a hedgehog, all right? He's not blue, but he kind of looks like it in the fade there. So I believe it's Susan, is it? Who tweeted me this? I can't bring up Twitter at the same time, unfortunately. So this is there. I've got a fan who is a hedgehog who watches me every time they play Lopez quiz in the garden. So this is very exciting. I'm now tapping into the animal kingdom, which is great because I don't think they have to socially distance. So maybe I'll be able to start a comedy club for them. Again, a classic look here on Twitter of this one's got weird ears though. This Frankenstein has like Shrek ears, then the bolt through the neck, which I mean, that's a mashup that could happen. I think Shrek has got the color, he's got the palette to him. I think Shrek could have a part playing the monster in Frankenstein. Give it a shot. Dracula, obviously they're classic, and just by putting the C, very clever, you get yourself a point for the Invisible Man. Also, then take a look. This one I'm liking. This is like Bart Simpson as Frankenstein, and he's kind of got the little wavy mouth there as well, like that. Or is it a mustache? You know, they've patched together Frankenstein from all of these different bodies, the monster. Maybe Victor Frankenstein like picked off somebody with a mustache and put that on there, potentially. Dracula looks like a pumpkin that's been carved with some fangs, but you know, it's cool. I'm up for it. And for the Invisible Man, they've drawn a glass of water being drunk. Did you write glass of water with your eyes closed as well? Not that it's necessary, but I'd be very impressed. That is some great handwriting for somebody with their eyes closed. Look at this. This is somebody's setup watching the quiz. Those cookies look delicious. Can you send them to me? I'm sure they won't do anything to help my toothache, which is still hurting me, but will definitely taste good. They look delicious. I'm all for people who cook and make their own snacks in time to play the quiz. This is another one here we've got. I'm loving, so Dracula definitely you get the points for, right? I think that kind of cape, that is a classic, the collar and everything, the high collar, but you've done it twice, I believe. I see, the one below it is very detailed. Is this two people's attempts? They are incredible. I've got to get a digital fridge to put all that on. I'm loving these drawings. Another picture of somebody's setup there. I like it with the tablet and the television setup. That's very good, very technically minded. I bet that didn't go down. Not like my technology. It's been an absolute pain in my side. Hopefully the audio is still working. You're not just looking at pictures of me looking at drawings, which would be very frustrating. This is another setup in the garden here. So this is the one with a cat, obviously watching this, the same garden as the hedgehog. So this is incredible. I feel like I'm in a Disney movie, like I'm the princess and I'm bringing animals closer to me. But instead of singing, I'm hosting a quiz. Can you imagine that if Cinderella hosted a quiz? It was Sleeping Beauty actually who brought them with the singing, the music. Or is it all of them? Do all Disney princesses have that superpower? I'm liking these. These almost look like emojis or deconstructed like Picasso versions of the characters. So Frankenstein, for instance, there, like that is, I don't know which one. So I can tell, I know because I'm looking for the deadbolts in the neck that is Frankenstein. I don't think a stranger would be able to guess that. Dracula, I think his mouth is like hanging off the side of his face. And the Invisible Man looks like an egg with glasses. I know what you're going for there because of the whole wrapped up thing, like Chevy Chase's Invisible Man, that kind of classic in a dinner jacket one. That is terrific. There's some great cartoony characters there. So Gambas, look at that. Frankenstein's teeth on show there as well. That's good. He looks like he's got better teeth than me. If Frankenstein could refer me to his dentist, that would be so helpful. Thank you so much. We got Dracula there, huge teeth. That's great. I like his hair almost as well. He's got the same hairstyle as me today. It's very, I need to go and have a shower. And then we've got the Invisible Man there as well. I can see the wrap up thing as well, almost kind of like mommy version of it with the glasses on too, which is great. That's how he's seen. That's how he, if he wants to be seen by people, he has to wrap himself up his face. I don't know if you can quite make this one out. I am liking Dracula's cape drawing there. I'm liking the full body renditions. I don't know if I guess Frankenstein. That almost looks like a classic zombie. But if you ask a stranger tomorrow, let me know on Twitter what they hit you up with. And we will find out if you get the point or not. If it's worth it. How was the rest of your scores? Again, we're getting that whole deconstructing thing on. I like that the Invisible Man has got the Breaking Bad costume on as well. So he's got the glasses and the hat, but you can tell that he's invisible. He's a guy with glasses and a hat, and you cannot see his face. This is a good one as well. So Frankenstein, Dracula, easy to guess. The Invisible Man just looks like a neighbor peering over a fence, but I think I know what you're going for there as well. It's the whole kind of that dinner jacket, Invisible Man, hat and glasses so you can be seen. But that's a good rendition. I do like it. I'm looking forward to seeing the animated series of all of these. Somebody went for the same variation on the Invisible Man as me, which is a classic one. Look, as you can see, it's the Invisible Man. These are people's drawings here, A, B, and C. Again, that kind of with the balls so high up, it kind of looks like Shrek's ears. But I'll give everyone a pass for these anyway. I've been very impressed with people's drawings with their eye closed. Dracula there, and C, obviously the Invisible Man. Very easy to do. So that is the end of the drawings. Thank you so much for playing, ladies and gentlemen. This has been great fun. If you've enjoyed yourself and you want to help me get my teeth sorted out, whenever they allow me to go back in and do that. So I've got a couple more days on my antibiotics I need to take. I've got some painkillers for the next few days. Then I need to seek out a dentist. So if you know of a dentist in Cardiff for when I head back, so I can get my teeth fixed. It probably needs a tooth removed or something back there, or they're gonna have to drill it, or I'm not sure, because you can't really tell over the phone. And they had to wait till the swelling went down. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this and you'd like to contribute to Michelle and my coffee fund, because we're not currently working, we're just running pub quiz, and Michelle's been shooting engagement shoots, but that's not weddings, then you can hit us, you can send us some money via the beautiful art of coffee, which is ko-fi.com /comedy Lopez. I'm going to write it on paper because I don't have the slide, because I don't have everything with me. So I'm going to write it on this piece of paper so you can see it, and put it up on the screen, hopefully just before the audio cuts out. But this is super helpful, and I really appreciate everyone tuning in every week. I know we had technical difficulties. I do apologize about that. So if you want to contribute and help me out, help Michelle and I survive, although the money's probably going to go on my tooth. It's ko-fi.com /comedy Lopez. I'm going to spell it out in phonetic alphabet, because in case the receptionist is watching and I'd like to confuse her from the dentist that I went to, that is Kilo Oscar dash. What is F? I messed it up myself. I've never had to use an F before. What is F in the phonetic alphabet? Foxtrot.com / so that's Charlie Oscar Michael? Is it Michael? / Charlie Oscar Michael Echo Delta Yankee Lima Oscar what is P? He spelled it out with a P as well. Pato, which is duck in Spanish? No, it's not that, is it? What is it for P? P for phonetic. Echo Zulu. It's written there anyway. You can see it written. I don't need to spell it out phonetically, and the audio is probably cut out on me anyway. So it's coffee.com /comedy Lopez. My phone's just died as well. This has been what a terrific week this has been. I don't even know if I've got a charger somewhere for my phone. It has been fun. If you enjoy my comedy more than the technical glitches of Lopez quiz, I'm putting on another stand-up comedy gig. The last two have been fantastic. I do them online via Zoom and YouTube, and it streams a lot better because it streams directly from Zoom, and that's done by somebody else, which is super useful. Sarah Bridgman helps me out with the tech of that side of things. I'm doing another gig September 23rd. You can buy a ticket now. It is £5 for YouTube, or you can join in with the fun on Zoom for an extra £2 for the ticket, £7. If you want to book a ticket for that, it's comedysheep.com. Usually I point at the backdrop, but I don't have that backdrop. Comedysheep.com to book tickets for my next online comedy gig. Hopefully I can get back to work doing stand-up comedy live and in the flesh to people. Not in my birthday suit, I just mean like there physically in front of people, not on Zoom and stuff. But for the meantime, it's actually been some of the most fun gigs I've done online have been these ones I've been putting on myself. The acts are all fantastic. Last time I had 2 acts who've been on live at the Apollo, an actor who's been on Doctor Who, and another one who's done a bunch of stuff for Comedy Central and sketches for BBC, that kind of thing. So I book a high caliber of acts, and also I'm better at stand-up comedy than I am at running a pub quiz. So if you want to watch that, comedysheep.com. The gig is on September 23rd. It's available all around the world. Book a ticket and get yourself into the front row via Zoom or YouTube. And again, if you would like to contribute to this, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for helping me out. And hope you've had a wonderful Saturday. Hope you have a nice weekend. I haven't been drinking alcohol because I can't, but I'm feeling pretty tipsy because of the painkillers. But you can contribute on Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/comedylopez. Folks, thanks once again for joining in. I'm probably going to crash out now. I am out of it. It's been a rough week. My face has only gone back, it's still a little bit tender. It's only just gone back to the shape and size it was. I've got photos of my face like this. I couldn't see from my left eye. Exciting! I'm going to write a sitcom about it. Ignacio's frozen face. Catch you next week. I'm going to try and put out some more content this week because I've got some more time, because I'm not bedridden and I can see through both eyes. But yeah, so keep an eye out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of that sort of stuff. Stay in touch. I want to know what you've all been up to. I can't currently see Facebook, but I'll jump in there soon. I'll see YouTube as well. Folks, have a wonderful week. Thank you for joining me once again. Have a great rest of your weekend. Maybe have a Sunday roast tomorrow. I'm going to try and attempt to make one. I shouldn't be cooking in my state. I'm probably going to set fire to my flat. All the best. Take care. Ciao.